Okay, I am going to introduce you to Golang. Golang is a programming language. Before I start teaching you or we teaching you concepts of Golang, it is very important to learn why it was created in the first place, right? Like you have many programming languages throughout your college or through because of a hobby. And what was the need of creating a whole new programming language? And why do you have to learn a programming language? So before we get to the why of Golang, I want to introduce you to the amazing people who are involved in creating this language. Okay. So let us get started. The first guy is Rob Pike. Okay. He was the member of the Unix team. He was involved in creating Plan 9 and Inferno operating system. Both of these are distributed operating system, as well as the Limbo programming language. Limbo programming language is the language which we use to write operating system. Now he is involved in other stuff too. He has worked on a lot of programming languages, a lot of operating systems. He's author of 3 books, and over the years, he has become the face of Golang. So he gives a lot of talks, a lot of conferences. I recommend checking him out. So he's a very talented guy. He works at Google from 2002. The second person I want to introduce is Robert Griesmer. He has worked on Google V8's JavaScript engine, the Swazzle language, and the Java hotspot virtual machine. So Swazzle is a domain specific language used to process large number of log records. So this is used internally in Google. So again, he has also worked on Java hotspot virtual machine. Why I have included this specific skill of his, we'll learn in the next part of the presentation when we talk about Golang's garbage collection. Now the third and most amazing guy is Ken Thompson. You might already know about him. He is known as the American pioneer of computer science. He designed and implemented the original Unix operating system, invented the B programming language. If you are familiar with C programming language, it was heavily inspired by the B programming language. He worked on regular expressions and early computer text editors, as well as the definition of UTF-8 encoding. Now he is also heavily involved in a lot of day-to-day stuff which we used, but I didn't want to include everything. But he has a very, very impressive resume. So the Golang is created by experts of the industry, right? They have worked on many operating systems, written many programming languages before. So when they created a new programming language, there was a heavy need for it. So this all started in 2007. So these three guys met at Google and started talking about current issues they face while software developing in Google. So they started talking about certain pain points which they faced. We'll go through each of the pain points and talk about how Golang tries to solve them. So one of them is slow builds. Okay, compilation takes a lot of time, especially when there are huge code bases with millions of lines of code. It takes a lot of time to compile. With Java and C++, it almost takes 2.5 hours to 12 hours. So this is the running joke in computer science. It's the number one excuse for a programmer to slack off. Like, why you not working on it? My code is compiling. So not with Golang. The builds are pretty fast, even for a large number of code bases. So the second is uncontrolled dependency. Now, slow builds are a direct cause or heavily influenced by uncontrolled dependencies. A lot of programming language don't restrict or have proper dependency management. I'll give you an example. Let's say I need to send an email, okay? But I'm a lazy programmer. I don't want to write all the code for sending an email. So I use a ready-made library. Okay. I have included this dependency in my project. Now, this library itself imports a lot of unnecessary stuff or a lot of other dependencies. Now, I have added this dependency in my project. Another programmer finds a better library, removes my code, adds his code, but does not or forgets to exclude my dependency. So while building, all the dependencies are being imported. Language does not restrict import of dependency even if you are not using it. So in Golang, if you define a dependency and do not use it, it gives you a compilation error. Well, you'll learn more about this when we actually start introducing the concept, but I just wanted to tell you that this is a feature in Golang. Okay. Now, each programmer using a different subset of language. So when JavaScript was first introduced, I think it was in 1997, and the JavaScript we use right now is very different. So a programmer writing code in JavaScript could write very different code for the same stuff, for doing the same operations, depending on which version or which subset of language he has learned. So even the programmers of same language write very different code. Now, what is the direct effect for it? It affects code readability. And how does Golang solve this? So when they first introduced Golang, it was in 2009. Okay, so you might want to note this. The design of Golang started in 2007, but it was first publicly introduced or released in 2009. Now, the next point is poor program understanding. Code is hard to read or poorly documented. Like, for example, if you have written code in C, it's very difficult to read because of the complexity it introduces, like pointer arithmetic, the operator overloading of C++, and many more stuff like that. And there are so many redundant data structures and a lot of ways to write the same piece of code. So programmer has so many choices. First of all, more time is spent on which library method we should use, and every programmer somehow uses a different library method, creating a lot of confusion. And okay, let us see an example for this. Okay, are you guys familiar with C++? Could you just write it in the chat box? Let me check it out real quick. Have you worked? Okay, awesome. Okay, great. Thanks for confirming this. If you are not, if some of you are not, I'll just know this is used to print out hello world. The operator I've used, the direction is reversed. Okay. Now let us look at what the error message is. When I was first working with C++, I expected the error message to be something like, hey, the direction of this operator is reversed, please correct it. Well, I was far from wrong. This is what it prints. Okay, a huge stack trace and a very scary error message. This is not even the full error message. I couldn't fit the whole stuff in the PPT. So very hard to debug. Golang has very specific, simple, easy to read error messages. Now the next point is inefficient garbage collection. A lot of programming languages have inefficient garbage collection, especially Java. There is a lot of latency because how the objects are referenced and you have to create a class for everyone. A lot of boxing, unboxing involved with objects. So because of this, it is very difficult to write garbage collection. And the guys who were involved in creating Golang have a lot of experience writing this. So they made sure with Golang, the garbage collection is very effective, especially because there are a lot of structs in Golang. So there are pure value type, making writing of garbage collection a little easier. Difficulty of writing automated tool is related to the fact that the language will change throughout the years. So Golang was introduced in 2009, and there since then there hasn't been a lot of changes to the language. One exception is Golang generics. They have introduced generics recently, but there hasn't been a lot of syntactical changes to the language or big feature updates to the language, making it easier to write automatic tools. One such example is GoQt. It is used to format your Golang code. So if multiple developers are working on a project, they don't have to fight about tabs or spaces or indentation. GoQt will make sure that indentations and formatting of the code is similar for each developer. Now, the last point I want to touch is scalability. So, when a lot of programming languages were written, they were written believing that hardware will get faster. Like we just push problems to the hardware side of the spectrum, they would take care of everything. This was under the assumption that transistors double every year in a processor because we are able to create small and small transistors every year. We are able to fit in billions of transistors in a processor, making it faster and faster. But as you might have already known, we are reaching the theoretical limit of a transistor. Now we cannot make them smaller. So we are going to, unless there is a revolution in the hardware industry which changes this, we have pretty much reached the limit of how faster a hardware can get without increasing its size. So there had to be a new software which does not run on an assumption that hardware will get faster every year. So they started designing Golang because of these issues and some other issues. So let me try to introduce the formal definition of Golang. Golang is a compiled, concurrent, garbage collected, statically typed language developed at Google. I'll just repeat it once. Golang is a compiled, concurrent, garbage collected, statically typed language at Google. Now, the only word you are not familiar with or might not be familiar with is concurrent. Concurrency is basically we are able to progress on multiple tasks at the same time. It is not the same as parallel processing. There are subtle difference in this. You'll learn this more when we talk about Go routines in the upcoming sessions. So with this, the end goal of Golang was to create a language which is readable, more efficient. We'll take an example of why Golang is readable and go through one design decision which was made while writing the Golang code. Okay. Before that, are you familiar with pointers in C? Is everyone familiar with pointer in C? Just type it out. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Also, thank you for being so responsive. It's always nice to see your. Oh no, sir. I use Java. Okay. No issues. We don't have to learn pointers. That is fine, since this is just an example. And thanks for being responsive so early in the morning. That is awesome of you guys. Okay, so Golang is known as C, but better. So it takes all the attributes and good things about C and takes the bad things about C and eliminates them. Like there are no operator overloading, arithmetic, and the complex stuff involved in C, but all the good things like easy, some of the easy syntax and efficiency and code readability. So let's say you declare a variable in C and do the same in Golang. So there is the data type identifier in C. Now this is how you do it in Golang. Okay. First, there is a keyword where indicating it's a variable. The second thing is the identifier followed by the actual data type. So if you want to read a Golang variable, you take a left to right approach. So you'll read it variable P, which is of type integer. Now, looking at an example, it might seem that C++ is actually simpler than Golang in terms of readability. So I'm going to take a more complex example and prove to you that Golang is indeed simpler to read. Okay, let's take a look at how to declare a pointer to a function in C++. Now, if you don't know pointers, don't worry. I'm not teaching you pointer. This is just supposed to be an example. So this is a pointer to a function fp, which takes two parameters, both integers, and returns an integer. This is how you write a similar thing in Golang. The word I'm using is similar because unlike C++, there are no complex pointer to a function. This is analogous. The code on the right is analogous to code on the left. So let's try to read it using the left to right approach. Okay. Variable f, which is a function which takes two integers and returns an integer. So from left to right, very simple. Still not convinced? Let's make our example even more complex. What if our function takes a function as an argument? This is what the C++ code looks like. Let's try to read it. Function pointer. Is there a question? Let me check. Shouldn't be a end be in Golang? Let me check. Is there a syntactical error? Let me check. I didn't get it. Please, can you unmute and ask? Yes.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Hey. Yeah. Yes, you are.
Golang function,
Mhm.
like we variable names before the type. So shouldn't it be a int comma b int?
Very good. But I was gonna ask at the end. So yeah, you are correct. It should be. It should be. That is correct. I was going to point it out at the end, but good catch. Good catch. So yeah, thanks for pointing it out, Yash. So moving on to a more complex example, pointer to a function which take a function as an argument. Okay, this is how you do it in C++. It is a function pointer fp which takes a function as an argument, which is the first parameter. Second parameter, again an integer, which returns an int. So if I didn't highlight this with proper coloring, you wouldn't be able to figure out that this f is the name of the variable fp. We are talking about fp in this construct. Now let's try to read this using Golang with the left to right approach. A variable f which takes a function as an argument, which is a function. Now the second parameter it takes is an integer, returns an integer. Now if I want to make it more complex and have this function return a function, the only thing I need to change in Golang is the dark yellow part you see there. So making the declaration very simple. So you guys convinced that Golang is simpler to read, or do you still think the C++ syntax is better? Uh, would somebody like to respond? Unmute. Go syntax better, right? Yeah, yeah. I know. Yes. Yeah, I was also going to ask you guys about this input parameters, but great job pointing it out before me asking it. Awesome. Okay, now since we have looked at all the constructs, let's take a look at things which are written in Golang. So OpenShift, Kubernetes, Docker, CoreOS, Zero-Da, and Terraform. These are some of the projects. A lot of companies are now using Golang. A lot of code, a lot of website is being written in Golang. So yeah, very bright future if you are trying to learn Golang, especially in cloud computing or backend servers. Golang is taking out. Now let's take a look at a basic Golang program. This is a simple hello world program. At the first line of the source file, we use the package main. Now, package is similar to the package in Java. We group functional similar components together. Since there are no classes in Golang, we group functionally similar functions, structures, etc. together. So this is very similar to Java. The first line of a source file should contain the package. Followed, there is a keyword named package followed by its unique identifier. Then you can import your dependencies by using the keyword import and then the unique package name. The main function is very syntactically similar to C. One important point to note here is you see I've imported the fmt and used it as well. If I remove the fmt.println, it will throw a compilation error saying that you have included a dependency but not used it. So this is the good thing about Golang, which we were discussing when we are discussing dependencies. Now about the installation instructions, you could go to this link. As I've claimed, Golang is designed for simplicity. So you will be able to install it by following the easiest instructions ever. You could go to this link, select your operating system and follow 3 or 4 easy steps and get it installed. So with this, we have completed the introduction of Golang. If you have any questions of why Golang, or still not convinced about Golang? Any questions? Let me know about the introduction. I'll wait 1 or 2 minutes for the questions. Could you explain? I don't want to get in garbage collection a lot at the moment, since this is supposed to be an easy introduction, but we will learn about garbage collection in much more detail as we proceed with the sessions. So garbage collection would come up more in the upcoming sessions. Just to confirm, does Golang have no, Golang does not have any classes. Can you please explain the last variable declaration statement? So can you unmute, Jyoti? And
Yes.
yeah, please. So do you want to learn about the variable declaration or the pointer example? Which one are we talking about?
Yeah, the last statement. This
Okay,
one. Yes.
with Golang.
Yes.
Okay, see. So the way to read is, this is a variable f, okay,
Okay.
which is a function.
Okay.
The first parameter of this function itself a function, okay.
Okay.
This function will take two integers and
Okay.
return an integer. Second parameter of this function is integer b, and this whole function, the outer function, returns an integer.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
is it clear?
Got it.
Okay, okay, thanks. Okay, and third example, is it int x or x int? Yeah, Gautam, as it is x int in Golang. We have some languages like Python, which provided easier syntax and other features. But the main drawback of them is the speed as compared to C++. How does Golang handle this? Yeah, Golang is similar to C++ in the terms of speed. So it is very fast. It is designed to be very fast, scalable, and readable. Yeah, you are correct with this. The languages like Python provide easier syntax, but the Golang provides easier syntax and it is faster. Is Golang not object oriented? Okay, good question. Golang is not object oriented in the conventional manner. So it has interfaces, but it has no classes. So it deals with object orientation. It takes a different approach to object orientation. So it doesn't have classes, but it has interfaces. Well, more on this when you learn about interfaces and structs. But yeah, to answer your question, it takes a different approach to object oriented. It does not have classes. You write methods on structs and data types directly instead of writing a class.
Hello.
Yes. No.
In the example that you have shown,
Mm.
like syntax one, can you go to that slide?
Yes.
Yes. In this, why it's not be in the Golang?
Exactly. So that's what I was going to ask you guys about, if this example is correct or not. But somebody pointed it out before I was able to ask. It was Yash Arora, I guess. Was it him? Yeah, I think it was him. So that was the catch. I was going to ask you guys, as I explained you in this, that it was written in this way. I was going to ask you, is this correct? But since it was already pointed out, I skipped that part. But you very correctly pointed it out. It is supposed to be as you said it. Yeah, but good catch. Thanks for pointing it out once again. Awesome. Okay. Any questions? We are running out of time.
Seth, can you switch camera, please?
Actually, I have bandwidth issues, so it would cause my audio to disrupt. So
Okay,
not
no problem.
right now. Yeah. So if you have no further questions, can you write it down so I could conclude? Just any one of you could write it down, so then we could proceed with actually learning the second part of the stuff, which is variable declaration, package declaration. Okay, good to go, good to go. Okay, thanks for confirming. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It was great introducing Golang to you guys. Thanks for being so responsive. Let me now stop sharing. And Mahesh, over to you.
Okay, Seth. Let me share my screen. Can someone confirm? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
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 Okay. Okay. So Syed had just introduced you about the Go language. Why, at the first place, Go language created? Who has created the Go language? One is a Robert, one is a Rob, and one is a Kem Thompson. Okay. So they consider lots many things while creating this new language. So which will solve future problems as well. Like one of hardware limitations. Okay. Nowadays they feel that, and they had seen that core machines are available on 2005 and on that time, so they had considered hardware while designing this new language. Okay. So the end goal was end goal of the designing of this new language, make a developer happy. Okay. So still till you write your own go code, then you will feel happy about this language. So in this session we will cover some basic topics in the Go language. Okay. So starting with the Go tool, then we will see some Go environment variables, what are they and what is their use case. Then we will cover some building block of any language, that is data types, then constants, variables, and at the end we will see packages and import statement. Okay. So let's begin. Okay. So with uh, I I assume that everybody has installed Go on their local machine, as we had shared the prerequisite doc. So can someone confirm that you had already installed the Go language? Okay, fine. So while installing the Go language, Go provide a tool so that Go can behave as Go environment. Okay, and we can execute some command to see of language, to build our code, to run our code. Okay, and to install some dependencies. Okay. So we will see some basic command that are required to deal with the Go projects. Okay. So first basic command is the Go tool command. It is Go, then command, then arguments. Okay. It is the basic command of the Go tool. In this way, you can access the Go with the help of terminal. Okay. So detailed documentation of Go is available at this link. Okay. So you can just visit this link. here. Okay, so Go provide a detailed documentation of internal packages. Okay, and the Go tool documentation also. So here you can see the Go tool documentation. So I will paste it in the chat box. Okay? So you can refer in your free time. Okay. So Go also provide the documentation of standard packages. So where you can see is the what are the exported methods, exported functions available, and you can consume, okay, in Go code. Okay. So you can just refer the Go documentation online, and there is a facility provided by Go tool to see the documentation of the any packages, any functions with the help of Go tool. Okay, so we will see how we can access the Go tool, and we can how we can see the documentation of the any function or any packages. Okay, so Sayed had just introduced you some simple hello world program. Okay, so there is one function fmt.println. So we will see the documentation of that fmt.println set function. Okay, so go. Okay, so with the help of Go doc, we can see the documentation of any packages, any symbol, okay, any exported function. Okay, so let's use that Go doc command, Go doc, and we need to see the fft.println statement. Okay, now here you can see that documentation of println statement from the fmt package. Okay, so we will cover more about the packages at the end of this session. Okay, so in format using the default format for each operand and writes to a standard output. Okay, spaces are always added between the operators and new line is appended. So intention of showing this in this session that whenever you use any function from some other package, you at least visit once the documentation and read it once, so that you can just reduce the bugs introduced in your code, and you will get knowledge how the exported functions are used. So in this way we can use the go doc command. Okay, so second command is the go build command. Okay, okay. Okay, here let's okay. As Sayed has introduced you, hello me in the Go language. Okay, so the file in which we write Go program is end with a .go suffix. Okay, so then Go tool will identify the Go files, and then Go tool will compile this file. Okay, so you always write your Go code in .go suffix. Okay, so let's say we now we want to build this program. Okay, so with the Go build command, just try to build it. Now you can see that there is one executable created, demo1. Okay, so when you build any Go project, and if file has package main, okay, if that file has package main as well as func main with document, then it will create one executable file, okay, in the current directory, and name with directory in which that file is present. Okay, and you can directly execute that file. Okay, and see the hello world is printed on the terminal. Okay, so in this way, with the help of go build command, we can build the our Go project. Okay, so anyone has any doubt? till now. So you can just paste your doubt in chat box. So I will cover chunk of topics and I will clear any queries related to topic in. Oh, so let's proceed. Okay. Now there is a third command, go install command. Okay. So go install command will install the packages in the go bin directory. Okay. First, let's see the go environment first, so that you can get a more clarity. With the help of go env command, you can just list out your environment variable. Okay. So these are the list of go environment variable which is used by the go tool command to deal with your go projects. Okay, so you will get familiar as proceed and write your own go code. Okay, so I will cover the introduction of the go path. So go path is go path store the list of directory paths. So these are used while resolving the import statement, and you should put your go project in this directory. Okay, be your go workspace directory. Okay, and another is the go root environment variable. So okay, so which store the go executable and which is used by the go tool command to execute different commands. So while when you had installed the go language, so you had kept it executable in the, I think, in the user local go directory. Okay. And third is the go module, go 111 module of. Okay, so to manage the external dependency, go has introduced the go module in the version 1.11. Okay, before that there is no official support to manage the exchanges in the go language. Okay, so to make a go code backward compatible, they had introduced this go 111 module environment variable, so which can be either have value empty string, off, or auto. Okay, so for couple of 3 days you should set the value of go 111 module equal to off with the command. I will show you command. So, go env, then hyphen flag to override the value equal to off. Okay, so I will share this command so that your go tool will behave as you are working in a go path. Put me this in the chat box. Okay, so I request you all to execute this command on your local machine before you writing any go code. Okay, so we are talking about the go install command. Okay, so there is one environment variable go bin. Okay, so if you want to see any value of any environment, go env op. Okay, so it store the direct path where packages are get installed. Okay, so for my case it is user Josh bin directory. Okay, so if you just go to that directory first. So,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
The command you sent in the chat, can you explain why is it necessary to execute it?
Okay, fine. So as I said earlier, so Go module are introduced in version 1.11. Before that, there is no official support for the external package dependency, and Go 111 module was dealing with the Go modules. Okay, so before introducing Go modules, so there is a mandatory requirement that you should always write Go program in the Go path only. Okay, now you can if you are using Go modules, then you can write a Go program anywhere outside the Go path also. So with the if and to make a Go code backward compatible, so they had introduced this value Go triple. They had introduced this environment variable Go 111 module, and with this, if this module is off, then Go tool assume that there is no support Go module functionality is off on your local machine, and you are mandatory to write your Go code inside the Go path. Okay. So in this way, Go can compile. Go tool can identify the imports path and it resolve correctly. Okay. So when I introduce the imports path, that time I will get more clarification for this environment and why it is necessary to off this.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So basically, while compiling the Go project, so Go to resolve the imports path, and based upon this value, it is resolving that. Okay, so I will cover that in the imports path. So we are discussing about the Go install command. So when we execute Go install command, so we'll install the packages in the directory given by Go bin environment variable. Okay, so let's first, yeah. Oh. Just remove the now you can see that there is no folder related to demo one. Okay, now execute Go install command. Okay, so Go install will install the executable in the Go bin in the directory given by the Go bin command. So if you do ls, okay, now you can see there is a executable demo one. Okay, so of installing the packages that you can access that demo one from any of the location. Okay, just do demo and see the hello world is printed here. Okay, so with the help of Go build command, the package executable are created in the directory. Okay, and with the help of Go install command, it is installed in the directory listed by the Go bin environment variable. Okay. That's it about the Go install command. Okay. Okay. There is a third command, Go run. Okay, and is Go run command. Okay. So just you want to try out how your program is behaving, and you don't want to create the executable, and you don't want to unnecessarily introduce the executable in your local machine, then Go provides another command, Go run command. Okay, so Go run, and Go run commands require the file name. Okay, in which there is a package main and function main is present. So as I said earlier, in our project there is a we had package main and the function main. Okay, so these are the two necessary conditions to generate an executable file. Okay, okay. So just run, and you can see that our pro just for demo purpose, yeah. Now you can see that there is no executable generated when we run the Go program with the help of Go run command. Okay. Okay. Now there is another command, Go test command. Okay. So Go provides a command to test out to run the test unit test case present in your project. Okay. So just first I will explain the code. Okay. So here we had created one package calculator, okay, and added two method which will add and subtract. So function add will receive two parameters n1 and n2 as an integer, and it will return an result. Okay, so n1 plus n2, and there is another method subtraction. Okay, which will take two arguments n1 and n2, and it will return a result n1 minus n2. Okay, so it is a good practice to add the unit test cases when you're working with the production level project, and Go provide facility to add the test cases. Okay, so Go provides a file name convention. So while writing the file unit test cases, so your file name should be suffixed with the underscore test.go file, so that Go tool can identify the unit test cases from this file. Okay, so here I had written the unit test cases for the success case scenarios for these two function, test add and subtract. Okay, so you will there are dedicated session for the unit testing. So it is just introduction how the you can deal with the go test command. Okay, so just you want to run these test cases. So Go provide a go test dot slash dot dot dot. Okay, so with the help of dot slash dot dot dot, you can run all the test cases present in your entire project. Okay, and if you want to run a specific test cases, just go to that packages. Okay, we have created a calculator package. Okay, and you can use go test run. You can just put the name of the test cases. Go test run. Yeah, hyphen run is a flag, so it will run the test add from the package calculator. Okay, so in this way you can run the entire test cases in your project with the help of dot slash dot 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 operator, or you can if you want to just run the test cases of particular test case, you can use this flag. Okay, hyphen run. So this is regarding the go test command. Okay, so another is a go get command. Okay, okay. So many times we import the packages developed by the some other developer, so that we can use their we can reuse their code and just reduce our efforts. Okay, so to use the external packages, we need to first get that package dependency in our local machine to run that, so that we can run our code easy. Okay, so with the help of go get command, we can just pull out this dependency from version control repositories like GitHub or GitLab, like that. Okay, so what go get command will do, it will just pull this dependency, pull this package from remote machine, from version control repository, and just save that package object in our go pkg directory. Okay, just go me that directory. Mm. Okay. Now you can see that there is no package file present for this package Google/uuid. Okay. So once we execute this command, just okay. Now if we okay. Now you can see that there is one package created. Okay. So for every slash for every slash it create a new package. Okay. So therefore it created a Google package. Okay, and there you can see that object file present for that package. Okay, so in this way we can pull out the external package dependency with the help of go get command. Okay, so these are the basic commands, go tool commands through which you can deal with the go project. Okay, so I will summarize one. So go build command will build your own project. Okay, if there is a package main and function main present with a no argument, so then it will create one executable file in the current directory with the name of the latest directory in which package main and function main will be present. And if there are no if there is no package main and function main present, okay. Okay, I will cover the questions in the latest. First, let me summarize. Okay, so go build. Okay, if there is no package main present and function main present, then it will just build your project and it will not generate any executable. So go install command will pull out the external package dependency and install in the directory listed by the go bin command, go bin environment variable. Okay, with the help of go test command, you can just run out the unit test cases for your project. Okay, with the help of go get command, you can pull out the external package dependency in your local project so that your project can get built successfully. Okay, that's it about the go tool command. Okay, okay, fine. So I will clear my terminal once. Okay, I will take care of that. So what's the use of go run command? Okay, could we not directly just execute the exe file, produce only go? Okay. So when we do a go build command, it creates a executable file. So it create a new file on your local machine. Okay. So with the help of go run command, go deletes all the intermediate files that was created while building, and it does not create any executable file. So if we use the command go run, then it will directly run our project and it will not create an extra files on the local machine. So that is the advantage of using go run command. If we, yeah, thank you. And can you explain the minus t minus? Okay, so my intention was to just read about the different flags provided in the Go documentation. Okay, I had shared the link as well in the chat box. So there is a dedicated session in the evening, so I can just explain in that. So my intention is that so everybody should read the Go documentation. Yeah, let's proceed. Okay, so we had covered already the environment variables. So now let's start. So let's start with the linear data types. Okay, so like other languages, Go also has a predefined data types. Okay, so data types are the valid types of the data that Go variable can hold. Okay, to store any values, we create variables. Okay, and to store the what type of data can store inside that variable, we need to specify the type of that variable. Okay, so for numeric type, there are integer, float, and complex type present in the Go language. For Boolean type, there is a bool type available. For aggregated data types, where we can store the group of similar data inside. So there is an array or structures present. Okay, and there is also, okay, and for reference type, there is a pointer, slices, maps, and channels available. Okay, and there is a interface type also available, which is an abstract type. Okay, so interface can hold value of the uh, concrete type inside it. Okay. Okay, so let's begin with the get details about the what are the primitive data types. Okay, to store the collection of whole number and negative number, we had the sign integer. Okay, and the sign integer represented by int and unsigned integer represented by uint. Okay, so to at the program, when we do programming, we know the range of values which can be stored inside the variable. So if we know already that our variable will not have any negative value, that time you should use the unsigned integer type. Okay, and when you are not guaranteed whether the our variable will have sign as well as unsigned values, then you should use the int data type. Okay, so based upon the size, there are four different data types present. Okay, so they are int8, int16, int32, and int64. And there is a hardware dependent data type, that is an int. So int will have value equal to 32-bit. Okay, on the 32-bit system, and int will have value int64 on 64-bit system. Okay, so unsigned integers also have four types: uint8, uint16, uint32, and uint64. And just I explained, uint also have value equal to 32-bit on 32-bit system, and have value equal to 64-bit on 64-bit system. So let's see an example of integers. Okay, so as Sayed has already explained, so we had a package main because we need to execute this code. So we imported two package, fmt and unsafe. Okay, and at line number 9, we had uh, initialize and assign value of a, value to variable a of type int equal to 89, and we had used the shorthand operator, okay, b shorthand operator, to assign and initialize value to b equal to 95. So if we are assigning and if we are initializing and assigning value at the same time, then go compiler can identify type of this variable b at the compile time, and equal to the what value we are storing exactly on that variable at the first time. So b will get type of that value. Okay, just run this program. Okay, so you can see is that type of a is int, and type of b is int, and size of b is 8 int, and size of a is 8. Okay, so it is a 8 byte. Okay, so question. Okay, so anyone has any questions regarding the integers? Okay, fine, then continue. Okay, there is a bool type for, yeah.
Just can you go back to the previous slide?
Okay, Yeah.
Not this. You some code you shown, right?
Yeah.
Like what is this B?
So B is a type of B is a variable of type integer. Okay, and we're storing value 95.
Okay. But we didn't declare the B, right?
Sorry, can you just repeat it again?
We didn't declare it as a integer or something like that.
Okay. The if we don't define the type of the variable, and just we are initializing and assigning value to any variable, okay, with the help of shorthand operator. So Go will treat the type of B equal to the what value we are storing at the first place.
Okay.
Let's move on to the Boolean. Okay. So default value of Boolean is false. Okay. So Boolean can store only two values, either true or false. Okay. So it will not store the value 1 and 0 as some other language allowed to store 0 and 1 value in the Boolean type. So Go will not allow to store any values other than true and false in the bool type. Okay. Just see an example of bool. Okay. So at line number 6 and 7, we had initialize and assign value of a variable of a to true and b equal to false. Okay, we had used the shorthand operator. So Go compiler will determine type of this variable a and b with the what value we are storing at the first place. Okay, so we can perform the logical operator on the Boolean type. Okay, so just run this example. Okay, you can see that at line number 8, we are just printing a equal to true and b equal to false. And we are doing the logical AND operator and just storing to a value c. So as b is false, so a and b will be also false. And we are doing OR operation between a and b as a is true, therefore it will print true. Okay. Next data type is the float. Okay. So as we have discussed, integers has 4 different variant to save the memory. So float also has 2 variant, float 32 and float 64. Okay. So if you want to store any decimal values, okay, so you can use the float data type. Okay. So in Golang, float pointing to a number divided into two variant, float 32 and float 64. So float 32 will store the 32-bit triple ID 754 floating numbers. Okay. So if you want to initialize a float variable, so you have to use float 64 or float 32. Okay. So just see an example of float type. Okay. So at line number 8, we had initialize and assign value to variable a and b equal to 5.67 and 8.97. Okay. So in this way also you can just assign values to two variables by separating with the help of separating parameter comma. So first value will go to the variable a and second value will go to the variable b. Okay. So at line number 9, we are just printed out the type of A and B. So here is the format specifier. So till now we had used the fmt.println statement. Okay. So fmt.printf statement, with the help of fmt.printf statement, we can just format the output as we want. Okay. So at line number 10, we are doing sum of two numbers, and at line number 11, we are doing the subtraction of two numbers, and just we are printing the result. Okay. Okay. So sometimes there is a requirement come to a round of the decimal number. Okay. So let's say if there is a number equal to 5.6 and 5.69. Okay. And you just need to round off this number to 2 decimal places. Okay. So you can just do fmt.sprintf. Okay. You can use the dot as we need to round off to 2 decimal places. You can just specify 2. Okay, and we can just pass the number here, and we can just take out result in a separate variable in one, and just print that result. Okay. Okay. Just let's print a second. Just initialize it to okay. Now you can see that we are just rounding off the number to a 2 decimal places, right? So you can just use the fm.sprintf function also to round off the floating point number as per the required conditions. So anyone has any doubts till now? Okay, fine. So just we will move ahead. Okay. So sometime there is a requirement comes to deal with the complex number. Therefore, Go has already used the Go has already used the complex number as a predefined data types. Okay. So there is also 2 flavors of complex number: complex 64 and complex 120. Okay. So complex complex number which has a float 32-bit real number and imaginary 32 float 32-bit number, so which will have comes under complex 64 number. And for complex 128, so real part will be of type float 64 and imaginary part will be of type float 64. So take a look at the complex number. So you can either use the complex function to initialize and assign values to a variable of type complex number using the complex function. So first will be the real part and second will be the imaginary part. And you can either use the notation plus sign to separate out the real part and the imaginary part. Okay. So in this way, you can just do a initialize and assign values to a complex number, and you can just do a mathematical operation on the complex number. Just run this program. Okay. So you can see that we are just doing the addition operation on the complex number, and we are get the sum and the product. Okay. So, okay. So till now we had seen the predefined data types. in the Go language. Now we will see what are the constants. Okay. So as name suggests, constants store the fixed value in the any programming language. Okay, and once we had initialized the value of the constant variable, so it cannot be modified further, right? So constant can be a, a string, boolean, numeric values. Okay, so see an example of constant. Okay. So here at line number 8, we define a constant with a constant a with the keyword const and assign value to the 50. Okay, so just run it. Okay, so if we just only declare variable a with as a declare a constant of type ent and does not assign value to it, then Go will return an error. Okay, so because we need to initialize the constant when we declare it. Okay, so just assign value. Okay, and let's say we already has initialized constant a 20 equal to 64. And just we are if we try to modify the value of a to some other value, okay. Let's say a equal to 100. So Go will throw an error, say cannot assign value to a constant 64 of type int. Okay, so as we had already initialized a constant with value 64, we cannot just further modify it. Okay, so that is related to constant. Okay, then if values in our if values are changing while doing calculation, so we should use the variables. Okay, if the value is not fixed, then we should use variables. Okay, so variable is the name given to a memory location. Variable is name given to a memory locations. Okay, so to store the specific type. Okay, so we can just read and write any value to that memory with the help of variables. Okay, so syntax to declare variable is var is a keyword, then any readable name and the type. Okay, so we can just initialize. Okay, there is a chart. Okay. The difference between equal to and okay. So with the help of, so there is one question: what is between equal to and colon equal to operator? Okay, so equal to is to assign specific values to a variable. Okay, and equal to is a shorthand operator to assign initialize and assign variable at the same time. So just okay, just clear out this screen. Just comment this code. Save it. So if we are just doing the initialization and assignment to a variable at the same time, just you can use the colon equal to operator. Okay, and just you want to just initialize the variable first and assign values to later, then you can use the var keyword, var var 5 integer and assign values to equal with the help of operator equal to 30. Okay, so in this way you can use the equal to operator and colon equal to operator.
One doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So while using const, I think there the shorthand assignment was not used, right?
Right. Yes.
So can you explain like why that's the case?
Okay. So let's say we had used the in case of const, let's say we have to initialize one variable. Okay. Uh, just print that first. Let's try to run it. Okay. Okay. So just you want to say is that we cannot use the just move it on next control V, because we cannot use a shorthand operator. Okay. Okay. So your question is that why we cannot use the colon equal to operator while dealing with the const keyword or dealing with the constant. Okay. So reason behind is that, so for dealing with the constant, Go compiler need the type of that variable at the compile time. Okay, while doing the compilation of the code. And uh, if and we can and it is mandatory for the Go compiler to determine the type at the compile time only. Okay, so therefore we cannot use the colon equal to operator with the constant. Okay, but there is not necessary to take a type of any variable at the compile time. So Go runtime can determine type at the runtime, and the type of this A is decided at the runtime only. So therefore, with the help of const keyword, we cannot use the colon equal to operator. So we need to explicitly mention the type of that, so that Go compiler can easily find out type of that variable, type of that constant. Sorry.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So as I said earlier, so if we does not mention any type of the variable, so Go internally determine the type of this variable by looking at the what value we are storing inside that variable. Now we will see about the packages and import keyword. Okay. So while dealing with the product level project, okay, so if we write all the things in a single file, so file size will get increased drastically, and it is not easy to maintain such large files. Okay, so go suggest to yeah, go suggest to create an package. So in the package, you can so by maintaining the package, you can just maintain the large number of programs by grouping related features together, so that code readability also get increases. And it is make a package makes an single units for the related files, and we can easily find out that files. Okay, by navigating, by reading the names of this package. Therefore, you should always give the readable name to for every package. Okay. So now we will see how we can create a package, importing some other package into a main package. Then what is the blank import, what is the nested package, and importing the same name but a different package path. Okay, package name. Okay, start with the creating of package. Okay. So let's say create a directory. just define one. Just import. Just so if you need to this is our sample code base. Now if you need to create one, let's say example of calculator, so in which there are two functions, addition of subtraction. So you can just introduce a package by creating folder. Okay, let's move to the already created demo to package. Okay, so here I had already created one package, so you can just add one folder and it will automatically treat it as a package. There is no extension needed for the package. So you simply by creating the folder, package has been created, then and just add one .go file and just name that package with the name of the folder. Okay, so in this way you can create a new package. Okay, now let's say you need to import this calculator package in the main package. Okay, so let's say how we can import that. So as I already discussed, Go need to resolve this import statement. Okay, so Go will start looking at this package from the uh, from SRC the Go path. Root path, root folder of your project should be reside inside the SRC directory of the Go path. Okay, so from this location, Go will start to looking resolve your imports path. Okay, if your Go triple module is off. Okay, as I discussed earlier. So let's say just as Sayed already mentioned that if we import any package but does not consume any methods, any constant from these packages, then Go will return an error. Okay, that is imported but not used. Okay, just use the package. Okay, so we had consumed this calculator package and called the add method. Okay, so there is concept of exported methods and functions. So if you need to export some functions or some methods, so first letter of your function should be capitalized. Okay, so if your first letter of the method constants variables uh, or any types is a small letter case, then it is private for that package. Okay, so any file present in that package can access this, but outside the package we cannot access this method. Okay, let's try it. Now we are getting error, add not declared by package. Okay, just use. Okay, so we had already defined method add here. Okay, but we cannot access this method. Okay, just import here. What is okay, just save it. Okay. As there is no method present in the as this is method is an unexported method, that is a private method, so we cannot directly access this method inside the any outside the package. So therefore by default VS Code removing that import statement, just do reverse. Okay, now you can see that our code is getting successfully built. Okay, just try to run this program. Go run. Just go build. There is a calculator demo 2 and sum is 5. Okay. So to export method, to export any type from the package, you first name should be a capital letter. Okay. Okay. Just go build again. So in this way, you can just export method from the package, and from the src directory, add the import path to that package level, a package level directory, so that you can access the methods functions from that package. Okay. So when this is true, when you are working inside the go path and go 111 module is an off. Okay. So when you learn about the go modules, so you can just enjoy the benefits of the go modules. So still now, till that date, just uh, do work inside the go path. Okay. Now we are covered the how we can create a package, import package. Okay. Next, there is a blank import concept in the Go language. Okay. So just I will show you a real-time example of blank import. Okay. First. Oh, just okay. Just ignore all the code for now because it is new for everyone. Just what I had done is I had connected to my local database, MySQL database. Okay. So there is one package comes with this system level package, that is database SQL. Okay. So this database package database slash SQL package need a concrete driver. Okay. So there are different databases present, like MySQL, Postgres. Okay. So so different vendors create their own drivers packages, uh, and we need to import that drivers packages blankly, as we are not using any function, any methods from that drivers package directly, but a database SQL package need this drivers package, so that we can easily connect to the dedicated database like MySQL or Postgres. Okay. Easy. Therefore, as the Go compiler will return an error if we import any packages but not consume any methods or any functions from that package. Then Go compiler will return error, that is package are imported but not used. So to avoid that error, we can append the underscore inside the import statement, so that Go compiler will does not returns an error, and this package is required for the database SQL system level package to initialize the drivers. Okay. So these dedicated drivers are maintained by the dedicated databases, like MySQL will maintain their own driver packages. Postgres database will maintain their own database packages. Okay. To understand this, so I'll just created one dummy example. Let's try to understand that. So let's say animal is a just you can just relate animal as abstract type, that is MySQL packages. That is the SQL package. Okay, and the cat is a dedicated concrete package. Okay, so as you can see, I had not used any method, any type, okay, from the package cat. So, but my animal package need that cat package. Okay, therefore I had included that in my code. Okay, so let's see one by one what is going inside the code. Okay, so at line number 9 we had called the walk method from the animal package. Okay, just let's go to the animal package. Okay, so inside the animal we are calling line number, we are calling the walk method from the we are calling walk method on the animal type. Okay, so at line number 7 we had declare one variable of animal. Okay, unexported variable animal of type animal. Type animal is an interface which is having type which is having method walk. Okay, so there is a dedicated sessions for interfaces in upcoming section. So there you can just get more knowledge about the interfaces and methods. So it is the just introduction for the blank import step. Okay, so at line number 18 we are calling the walk method on the animal type. Okay, so uh, and there is one function register. So in the register function we are just registering our animal. Okay, so let's go to the cat. Okay, so okay, so in the package cat there is a function small init. Okay, small there is a special speciality regarding the small init function, that is this function is called when this package is imported in some other another package. Okay, so while import statement get executed, this function get called, and while this function get called, it will execute this line animal dot register. Okay, so we are calling the register function from the animal package, and we are registering our cat to an animal. Okay, so we are registering here, and there is one there is one method walk. Okay, so this struct cat struct has implemented this walk method. Okay, so I will explain you how the flow will goes on. So from program counter will came here, come here, so it will go to the animal package. Okay, so uh, he will listed if there is any small init function is present or not. So there is no small init function. Okay, then it will go to the import a cat. Okay, so then it will go to the inside the package, and it will see any small init function is present or not. So there is a small init function present, so it will call this animal dot register method, and it will initialize the method. It will call this function register, and it will register cat equal to animal. Okay, then program counter will reach here, and it will call the animal dot walk method. Okay, so animal dot walk will go to the animal package. Okay, and there is one method call from the animal dot walk, as animal interface has method walk, but we are storing the concrete type in of type cat inside the animal, so method from cat will get called. Okay, so just try to execute this. Okay, so you can see is that we are printing cat walk on the 4 legs. Okay, as described at line number here. So inside the cat walk on the 4 legs. Okay, so you can just relate with the database drivers with this example, and if anyone want to just implement methods for other types of animal, they can just write implement the walk method, and just they want to import that package inside the method. Okay, this is one real-time example of blank import. Okay, so anyone has any doubts till now? Hello, can anyone confirm that anyone has any doubts? Okay. Okay, just I will repeat once. What is the import of underscore keyword inside the uh, Go program? Okay, just go to the previous example. Okay. So take a real-time example of database drivers. Okay, so there is one system level package, database slash SQL. Okay, so we consume all the methods from the SQL package to deal with the databases, SQL databases. Okay, so there are multiple SQL databases available in the market. Okay, one of this is MySQL database. Okay, another one is the Postgres database. Okay, so to connect to their particular databases, is different for the different databases. Okay, so to connect to the database, we need database drivers. Okay, so there is a implementation difference between the different types of databases. Okay, so this database slash SQL provides an interface. Okay, so that interface has different methods, and different databases driver functions implement that method as per their use case. And okay, and just uh, as per their use case and as per their requirement, hardware implementation. Okay, and we can only consume the methods with the with the package SQL. Okay, so we are not using any package, we are not using any methods, any function, any type from this MySQL package. Okay, but this database slash SQL required this package MySQL to register the SQL dedicated SQL database to connect to the dedicated MySQL database. Okay, so we can call these methods from the SQL package, and that will do a background execution on the database client connected to that SQL database, connected to our functions. Okay, so by simply importing the package, we can register our drivers inside this function. Okay, inside the function registered, as I replicate here in this example demo 4. Okay, so you can just analog this animal as a MySQL that is database slash SQL package. Okay, and this one is a cat as a MySQL package. Okay, MySQL MySQL driver package. Okay, so just as we don't want to consume methods from this MySQL package directly, as you can see that we are not use any functions, any methods, any variables from package cat, but we need to perform this animal. We need to call this function animal.walk. Okay, just comment this. Okay, just save it. Just save. Yeah. If we don't import it, what will happen is that, so a register function will not get called. Okay, because just go to the main. as we are importing here the cat package, so cat package has small init function. Okay, so while importing that function, small init function will get called, and it will call it will automatically call this animal.register. Okay, so here, like we are in the animal package, we are just registering our animal. So in this way, we register our dedicated MySQL drivers inside the database SQL package. Okay, so after registering, we can just connect to that database and just do a dedicated operations on the SQL. Okay. And if you just do not import it, okay, just build it again. Okay, our program will get built because we are not importing any package from the cat. Okay, just try to run it. Okay, it will say invalid memory address or nil pointer reference, because as we are not importing the cat package, so and we are calling this animal, we are calling this walk method, and inside the walk method we are calling the method on the animal type. Okay, and animal type has a nil value, therefore we are getting the nil pointer exception. So to just registering purpose, we are importing that package. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay, so we had covered the blank import. Now we will cover the nested packages. Okay, now let's say go to the demo for, just let me clear my terminal. Okay, let's say there is one another package present inside the calculator. Let's say S calculator, scientific calculator, that is S calculator. Okay, and inside that there is a new file, scalculator.go. Just add the package scalculator there, add one function. Okay, and it will take n1 comma n2 as a float 64 and return a float 64 and just now there is a nested package. So calculator has a calculator package, and a calculator has function add. Okay, so in this way you can just nested package inside the package. And so if you want to call this s calculator, just add function from the s calculator, so you have to just give import path from the src directory till that s calculator directory. Calculator that just comment out this, just comment out this. Just consume this package first so that it will okay, just provide 20 256 and 45.65. Just take and result. Just print that result. Okay. So in this way, you can just try to build it. Okay. Okay. Now you can see our program is successfully built and we are successfully run our program. Okay. So in this way, you can use the nested package. So if you want to use any methods or any functions from the nested package, you should import that package. Okay. So in this way, you can just import that package. So we had covered the nested package as well. So importing the same package but a different name, different path package. Okay. So this issue raised when we consume any external packages, okay, written by any developers, and which has import path and which is collapsing with our own package path. Okay, let's say there is a S calculator. Okay, so let's create a package here. SQL. Just okay. Now just a new file. Just add same function here. Okay, just so that we can easily identify from which package our method has been called. Yes. No. So now let's say we need to call both add function from both the packages. Okay. So if we try to call this method from the outer package S calculator, then ideal way should be S calculator dot add. Okay, because the package name import path is same and function name is also same. Okay, so but we cannot call, if we try to call this, it will again call the method function from the nested package only. Okay, so we can add the alias. So our package is at demo2 is calculator. Okay. Just name outer is calculator. Outer is calculator. Just give a name outer is calculator. Consume result 1. Result 2. Let's say 43.56. Just print both the result. Just build it again. Just execute again. So from inner package, from outer package. So when we call this add function, so it will call from first from inner package, and when we do call from outer S calculator, it will call from the outer package. Therefore, you can see in the output we can get the print statement from the inner package, from the outer package. So in this way, you can just give the alias to the import path, so that you can just avoid the name collision of the package, imported package names. Okay. Okay, so we are covered. I think we are covered from the packages. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so we are covered required for the day one. So if anyone has any issues, yeah. So there is a need of nested packages in some cases where, let's say, you want to add one utility package, and there are certain requirements that match with the certain uh, uh, we can just group certain requirement in one package, certain requirement in another package, and some other requirement in the third package. So we need this nested package requirement while you work with the production level code base. So that so for that purpose we use the nested package, so to increase the code readability. We can add the package at the that level also, but as per our requirement, if we need some more clarity, we can just add the nested package also. So I had shown that example for the demo purpose only. Yeah. Anything has anyone has any doubts other than this?
Mahesh,
Yeah.
just wanted to bring light to a question. So Yash asked, since there are no pointer in Golang, we call pointer to cat as a reference. So just wanted to point out that there are pointers in Golang in general. There are no explicit pointer to a function, or there are no complex pointer arithmetic. But in general, we do have pointers. We'll learn all about it in session number 4 to be precise. So just wanted to make that clear.
Okay. And one point is just as we had seen the variables. Let me go to the demo one. So just for the clarification purpose, there are different scope present. So one is the global scope, so package level scope. So if you declare any variables or constant here, so it will goes to the package level scope. So if you declare any function variables here, it will goes to the function level scope. Okay, and if you declare any block, okay, let's say for and 5. Okay. So if you declare any variable inside any code block, then it will goes to the code block level. Okay. So let's try with some example. So declare var a of 5 and just initialize the value here 4. Okay. So as if you declare any variable in the package level, you cannot declare that same variable inside inside the function level scope. Okay, but you can just assign values to that. Okay, yeah, change the value. Yeah, and you can just assign values inside the function scope also. Yeah, and if you initialize any variables, okay, and assign values, and if you do not consume it, okay, and if you try to build that programs, so if you are declare any variables in the package level scope, then and if you try to compile your program with the help of Go build, just do ls Go build. Okay, it will not throw an error. Okay, but if you do try with the same in the function level scope, okay, and if you do not consume it and if you try to go build it again, then it will return an error, a declare but not used. So Go is strict in that case. So if you are initializing any variables or declaring any variables, and if you are not using it, so your code will not get compiled. Okay, that is the related to the scope of the variables. Yeah, anyone has any doubts? So in the okay. So in the assignments, in the Spark code, please select the Go language as the language for the coding purpose. Okay. So there is no restriction on the platform to select particular language, but we need to write code in the Go language. So please select the Go language while typing the code in the assignment on the Spark code platform.